about 2 miles to where my wife was living with her parents. As I approached the house, there was nobody home. It looked like the lights were out. So I ran around the back of the house, and I knew where Gloria's bedroom was. Happened to visited her house many times while we were recording. So I picked up a few pebbles from the ground and threw them up at the window. And the light came on, and suddenly she opened the door, and there was my wife. I said, "Don, is that you?" I said, "Yeah, sure am. Whoa, what are you doing here?" Well, she didn't know I was coming. And I had no way of telling her by letter when we were going to get there. Well, to make a long story short, on this little escapade, I found that Chloe's father was having a house painted. So I said, "What the heck?" I climbed up the scaffolding, up to her window, and climbed in the window. And that's when I got my first kiss after 2 years with my dear wife. And as far as the end of the career goes, I went back to New York. I think it was called Little Beach for my disc college. And if you can insert the epilogue, you could say, next couple of days after visiting my parents and hers again, it was time for our honeymoon, which we hadn't had. Been married on the weekend. So I had mustering out pay, and I bought her a sequin evening dress. And I got my old socks out of my Colgate Glee Club days. I jumped in our old 41 Ford and drove down to Homestead, Virginia, for a wonderful homecoming, dancing, drinking, and partying. That's the end of my career. Thank you, gentlemen. I hope it was fun for you. It was fun for me, remembering the best I could. I don't think I've forgotten everything.
We still have a few more questions for you, though.
Yeah.
Short ones. What was the inspection you were talking about?
Pardon me?
The inspection? What was that?
It's my understanding that these special officers were assigned to go ashore throughout Japan and looking for any unusual innovations of machinery, military and otherwise, to be able to copy or obtain knowledge of. That was their assignment. So they were still there when we left. So I don't know how long they stayed there. I had just before I left the ship, the ship's first officer said, "Don, I gotta take this ship back for decommissioning. Why don't you come along? I'll get you a commission." I said, "I got enough points to go home. I'm going home. Thank you very much. So long."
Did you bring back any souvenirs?
Hmm?
Did you bring back any souvenirs from the war?
You still on the record? I'll tell you, I could put a package of silks for you and sent the record that she still had. I found it. I took it up to the local bookstore and they made a CD of the record, so it's pretty good.
Did you bring back any enemy weapons?
Well, it was an old beat up 25 that we were able to gather with a bunch of old scrap heap, like out ashore someplace. There was a big pile of pretty banged up. So just for the heck of it, I brought back a 25 rifle from what it was worth. Not worth much anymore because I carved Tokyo on the stock, so the antique value is only, although it's 70 years old.
Did you enlist or were you drafted?
I enlisted, I got out of Frederick Colgate. I had an opportunity for a review or whatever they call it. So I didn't have to serve until I get out of college. And I volunteered. Want to see my jacket?
Yes, please, Don. Yes.
Can I hold it a minute?
Yep.
Can't get in it anymore. That's me.
So, what do all these patches and medals mean?
That's petty officer, third class quartermaster. That's a ruptured duct means I'm out of the service. The Caribbean Theater, the Pacific Theater, the Victory Medal, and the Philippine Liberation Medal. Not bad. See?
Well, thank you, Don.
Oh. Hopefully I didn't stammer too much. Good luck.
Thank you
very
for
good,
letting us
thank you.
interview you again.
Wasn't sure I wanted everybody to know I got a 25 rifle.
That was all right, Don. Thank you very much.